Oh, what a week it has been for a number of NFL hopefuls, including the one sitting next to me, a special guest as we begin Longhorn Extra this week with Mr. Caleb Bluiett, former Texas Longhorns tight end and one of the newest members of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Congratulations, by the way, signing with the Jaguars as an undrafted free agent. How nerve-wracking was that process? Take me through how you found out, how you got the call from the Jaguars.
This whole process has been a little nervous, part of my life, but, everything happens for a reason. But when it happened, I was actually in the process of helping at my church with remodeling. We were, gutting the old kitchen and taking some stuff out. And then, I sat down just to think about myself, just to think about what was happening in my life. And, it was just, I was just sitting there just praying and praying, couldn't figure anything out, but then my phone rang, pick up the phone and, it's the Jacksonville Jaguars calling, and all of a sudden, I'm just like, just in a whole nother place in my mind. I'm still nervous, still, sweating pretty much, but, everything went smoothly. They came on, they talking, they asked, if I would like to be a Jacksonville Jaguar, told me that they were interested in me and everything. So I was very happy when it happened. And right after that, I called my agent, called my dad, my mom, and just kind of spread the news.
It's a good omen. Aside from God, you got the call from the Jaguars while you were in church. You're one of 6 tight ends on the Jacksonville roster. NFL teams usually only keep about 3 active. What do you feel like separates you from those other guys at your position on the roster? At least, what are you going to pride yourself on?
Just the same thing that I've done always, is just being a selfless guy. I always put myself before, after the team. I put the team before myself, actually. And I just, wanted to do my job. Whatever job's given, that's what I do. If someone, points says, hey, you need you to run through this wall, I've always been like kind of the first one to step up, been there, just willing to just do my job and just contribute to the team.
When I think of you, I think of a fierce competitor, and I remember that following, no matter whether your team was coming off a win or a loss, doing well or struggling, you would charge out of that tunnel with the American flag, with that look on your face like you were ready to go into battle. Take me through the past few years. You are a max effort guy. What were some of the reactions knowing sometimes it wasn't enough? The team didn't always show it in the result column, the win-loss column, even though you were definitely giving your all.
Like I said, I just prided myself over the job that I was given. Whatever I was told, I just tried to do it to the best of my ability. And with that, I did everything with passion. That's just the way I grew up. That's the way my dad taught me from being a little kid till now. Everything I do it to the best of my ability, and I do it to God. So everything that I do it, not just for me. I do it just to represent how I grew up, how I was raised by my parents, and and just shine a good light, on that it's not always. You don't have to be the star player to shine. You can just be the team guy, just do your job. And there's nothing wrong with that.
A lot of the guys you played with last year returning next year, even though you're moving on to the NFL. How close is this Texas team to taking the next step this upcoming season?
Well, I've been paying attention to them this offseason, this spring. And I believe that they're going in the right direction. I've seen a lot of guys step up. I went to a couple of practices, and from what I saw, they were moving around very fast. The defense was, swarming the ball, like the old defense. I saw them get down in the stands and sprint off the sideline. That's something different I haven't seen in a long time. But I just saw a different, attitude, and I see that a lot of guys are maturing. They're growing. And I'm happy to see that.
When you look back at your career, I mean, when I hear Caleb Bluiett, I think of game-winning touchdown pass, swoops to Bluiett against Oklahoma 2015. Would you say that's the highlight of your career?
I could tell you that is a big highlight of my career. just because it was in the Red River rivalry game, and it was a significant touchdown in the game. So, I praise God for that. That's just something that just happened. It could have went to me or to Andrew Beck, and it just so happened to come to me, and I was just, relieved and happy at the same time.
Another guy moving on to the NFL with you. You blocked for Deonte Foreman last year. You're a big part of that record-setting performance he put together. Were you keeping an eye on him, and what did you make of him going in the third round to the Texans?
Yeah, I was watching him closely. That guy, I know that he plays with his heart, and he doesn't take for granted his chances. So every time he steps on the field, you're going to get his all. So I was just happy for my guy that he went to the Texans. He's a hometown guy. So, I'm happy that he's going to be around his family and everything, and he deserves everything that he's getting.
Texas is definitely going to miss you. We'll miss you, but again, congratulations, one of the newest members of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Caleb Bluiett.